YouTube. Sorry for the delay. Running a couple minutes behind this morning, but you know what? We're here now, so it's all good. I'm pretty new here, but these are so incredible and spot on. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Good. The more you attend these, the more they're going to resonate. It was 24 degrees. Wow. 28. North Carolina. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So, welcome to our weekly Tarotscope. This is where we get together every Monday and Friday to discuss what is coming up for us. I do a tarot reading where I reveal the energies of each day. On Mondays, I do Monday through Thursdays. On Fridays, I do Fridays through Sundays. Okay. So, what we're going to do first is we are going to balance our heart chakra. All you do while the bowl is singing is you just breathe and you just relax and you let the vibration really boost your heart chakra. You're letting yourself just rest after probably an intense weekend, right? So just relax, put your feet on the floor if you can. Oh, sorry, YouTube. The microphone got that one. Still getting used to it. Anywho, so just put your feet on the floor if you can. Just relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, just relax everything and listen to the bowl sing. This bowl is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra. Okay. So all you need to do is take cleansing breaths. Here we go. Just breathe. Now let's all take one super duper deep breath in. Fill your lungs, pick up all the heaviness, pick up all the fear, worry, and anxiety, and then let it out. And there you go. You can do that at any time throughout the day, any time throughout the week. Breath work is always good. You can't overdo it. The only way you're going to overdo it is if you're, panicking and then you make yourself pass out. So don't do that. Okay. What we're going to do next, where did I put them? Oh, they're under this. We're going to get our fairy blessing for the week. Good morning. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So this is our blessing for the week ahead. Okay. This is like the overarching positive energy, supporting energy of the week. So what is our blessing for this week? Ooh, a blessing of the Seelie. I like this one. Look at that. It's number 1. Very nice. Very powerful. Look at that. Look at all the butterflies and everything. And if you don't know, I'm looking at TikTok and YouTube. So that's why I'm looking back and forth. Hey, Jennifer. Okay, so let me get the book and we're going to read what our blessing is from the fairy. All right, a blessing of the Seelie, the fairy gift of the benevolence of the good Seelie court. A gift from the Seelie court is yours. The Seelie court is a place where you are treated with courtesy and honor, respect, and grace. To be blessed by the Seelie is to have kindness into your life. This blessing from the Seelie court acknowledges the courtesy and respect you have extended to others and the kindness you have done again and again. Are we seeing a theme from the blessing that we got on Friday? Without thought for what you would receive in return. The Seelie have been observing your goodness, and due to this goodness, you are now receiving a reward. You will find consideration and empathy, understanding, and rewards when this blessing comes to you. There could be a small windfall, a little extra of everything, so that suddenly it seems like the universe is supporting you, and that what once was a struggle becomes easier. In the old days, the blessing of the Seelie meant the cow's milk was sweeter and more abundant. The grain grew high in the fields, and babes grew strong in the days filled with gentle sunshine. For you, your tender plans and hopes will have every kindness to support them, as the blessing of the court of the Seelie is yours. And with that, comes a time of grace and ease, compassion and flow. There you go. Okay. So last Friday, we had the blessing of the mothers, indicating that what you're putting out is being seen and you're getting it back, right? You're getting your blessings. Now we have the blessing of the Sealy Court, which is essentially saying the same thing. It's like what you've been working on, what you've been putting out into the universe, you're going to receive some opportunity or some insight. There's going to be something that happens this week that allows things to flow for you. Okay. And it's your responsibility to take action on that opportunity. Make sense? Hey, Jamie. All right. Let me get a drink right quick. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get our overall tarot message. Then y'all are going to choose the tarot deck that I use, and I will look at each day to find out even more energy that's coming up. Okay. So we're going to cleanse the book. This is a divination book. Okay. The instructions are inside. It's called Mystic Muses for the Modern Goddess. I wrote this book. It has all of the tarot cards in it, direct and reverse. It is meant or designed for you to intuitively turn to a page daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you choose. And it gives you a reading for that time frame. And it's about you taking your power back. Okay. So we're going to connect to our energy chakras in our palms. We're going to connect it to the book. I always want to cross my legs. That's why you see me going like this because it's so natural to cross my legs. But when you're doing energy work, you want to make sure your legs are not crossed because you don't want to block off that energy chakra. So that's why I had to remind myself. Okay, take a deep breath in and out. And you just really slow your energy down because you're focusing your intention on the book. This is where we really want to connect. We're going to ask the book, what is our overall message for this week, Monday through Thursday? What is our overall message for this week, Monday through Thursday? And then you just turn to a page. And we got the Page of Wands reversed, okay? Mars moves into Capricorn today, a boost in achievement, long-term goals, ambition, and drive. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's see. Today you drew the Page of Wands reversed. Be aware of your surroundings this week. You may have an outside influence that does not have your best interest at heart. Be sure to check in with yourself and where your core values lie. That is your guiding force, not the pressure of influence from others. If you're feeling confused or have this anxious feeling you cannot pinpoint, it means it's time to pause before acting. Perhaps tomorrow will bring more clarity, or maybe next week, since we're looking at it as the week. Take your time, goddess. Okay, so when we see the Page of Wands in reverse, first of all, if you're unaware, pages, set that on there so it doesn't close. Pages are young people. They're messengers. They're apprentices. They're very curious energies. They're like children. Okay. Now, when they're in reverse, it can indicate that there is a disruption within that area of your life or that time frame. You pulled the Ace of Wands in reverse. There we go. So what we're saying is whenever the Page of Wands is in reverse, it can be like hyperactivity, overactivity. It can be so much to where you're exhausting yourself. It can be that you're reacting instead of responding to situations. It can be that maybe you're waiting on a message about something. This wouldn't be like the Page of Pentacles or the Page of Swords. This is more like dealing with disruption. So and it's a minor arcana. So this is a minor disruption that you might experience throughout the week. Okay. But you can always overcome that. You can always work with that instead of letting it keep you stuck. Okay. So minor disruptions. There might be an issue with one of your children where they're just like having a moment. I mean, it happens, right? They're human just like we are, even though sometimes doesn't seem like it. But all in all, when there's a minor arcana as the overall energy, it's just we're dealing with these little minor things. I mean, look at it this way. We are in the holiday season. We're having to deal with a lot of people. People are stressed out. People are trying to rush and do all these things. So slow down, take your time, and don't let those minor disturbances, don't let other people's issues rub off on you. Okay. All right. So now y'all are going to pick the deck that I use. TikTok, do not vote yet. I will put a poll up for you. YouTube, you can vote in the comments. Okay. So deck one, we have the Wizard's Tarot, or deck two, we have the Gilded Tarot. Two very similar decks, both great decks. So YouTube, you can vote one or two in the comments. TikTok, give me 1 second. Let me get your poll up. All right, you can vote right up here with that little blue clipboard. So deck one or deck two. One or two. The reason why I have y'all choose is because it puts more of your energy into the deck, because this is a collective experience. So when you choose the deck and we go with the majority, it's a stronger reading. So deck one or deck two, make sure you're voting up here. Almost gave my 2 cents to someone being rude to a woman at the Christmas thing I went to. Oh, so, we need to bring all that back, where we call people out for being mean, abusive, whatever. Like, you know what? You need to go touch grass. You need to go take a break or something. I don't know who you think you are. But yeah, so one or two, we have 5 seconds left. One or two. All right, let's see. Ooh, two's got it on TikTok and two's got it on YouTube. Okay, the majority rules. Both great decks, like I said. Not a fan of this box though, but it is what it is. The deck is great, and that's all that matters. All right, let me get these nice and shuffled up for us. One more. All right, let's see. What are our messages Monday through Thursday that we need to know for this week? I'm going to pull one card for each day. We'll discuss it. We'll see how they all align and how they relate to our blessing and the overall tarot message. And then we'll pull oracle cards as well for further messages. Okay. So, all right. What do we need to know each day, Monday through Thursday? All right. For today, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So when the King of Pentacles shows up in reverse, he indicates someone or you that is too focused on the material world instead of what is best for everyone involved. Okay. He's like boss type energy. He's ruled by Venus. He loves the luxuries of life. He loves to invest in things that give him a return. He is very slow to anger. He's just a really good energy. But when he's in reverse, he is stuck in his ego. Okay. He could be overspending. He could be doing things that are not good for his business or his career. He is really focused on, how when we're buying gifts for people, especially for our children and whatnot, we always fear, oh, it's not enough. It's not enough, or I don't have enough money for this and this and that. And it's like, you know what? The holiday season is all about spending time together, celebrating this season and celebrating one another. It's not about how much money you spend. It's not about how many gifts you give or gifts you get, right? So when he's in reverse, it could be a couple of things. Like I said, number one, you might be dealing with a boss who's got some issues. So again, we have that Page of Wands in reverse. So don't let that minor disruption affect you. And if it's been something that's been ongoing and it's really wearing on you, well, then you need to do something to change it, because you can't change this person. Okay. you're going to have to set your boundaries or find another career. If this is you making financial moves, make sure that whatever you are paying for is something that is investing in yourself, not something that is trying to portray an image and you are like keeping up with the Joneses, because that's never going to work. Okay. You have to invest in yourself, invest in your growth, not invest in your ego. Okay. All right. Next Tuesday, we have, or this next card, Tuesday, we have the Knight of Cups. Much better energy. Okay. So Monday today, not the best when it comes to business fronts and purchasing things that are just feeding that ego, right? And purchasing things out of fear. Here we have the Knight of Cups. This is about moving forward to something that inspires you, something that fills your cup, something that you're passionate about. Okay. This is, you're finally going to see this progress on this day. It's a good day for moving forward on spiritual pursuits, on maybe a relationship. Okay, you might see some movement there, but all in all, the Knight of Cups, he's Scorpio energy. He wants something that has some depth to it. Okay, it is something that he's moving towards to really transform from the inside out. Does that make sense? This is not surface level movement that we're making here. This is transformational movement that we're making here, because we want to fill our cup. We want to bring ourselves peace. We want to romanticize our lives. We want to connect to our spiritual selves. And that's so much deeper than what we do on a day to day. Okay. So great day for that. Let's look at Wednesday. Wednesday, we have the Ten of Cups. Nice. Okay. So Wednesday is all about family. Great time to connect with family or those that you consider family. Wednesday is also a great time for you to really open yourself up to receive your blessings. There might be something that happens on Wednesday where you kind of consider it a miracle, but it's actually you aligning to whatever it is that you've been trying to bring in, to like the seeds that you've planted. It's like things come to fruition here. There could be also a great day for you focusing on what would bring this ideal life into reality. All right. Those of you in the tribe, we are going to do the 13 wishes together. And I will give you information on that, on how to do it. We're going to do it together. Wednesday's your birthday. Perfect day, Tara. Perfect day. And like I said, when we have the Page of Wands as the overall energy, it's dealing with these minor inconveniences so we can focus on the goodness of life. So we can really slow down and enjoy every moment. Let's look at Thursday. Thursday, we have the High Priestess in reverse. Okay. So when this is in reverse, it's indicating an emotional time. Jamie, is there anything significant happening on Thursday with the astrology? Um, when she's in reverse, she's not in alignment. She's kind of fallen out of her spiritual self. Do you understand what I'm saying? So whenever she's direct, she understands the universal laws. She understands what supports this universe and what is guiding her, right? When she's in reverse, she is just, I mean, all over the place. So it might be you. It might be a collective energy that we're experiencing. It could be somebody that you come across where she is just one of those people who tells everybody secrets. She's not trustworthy. She's emotional. She's very insecure. She is not in touch with her femininity or the divine at all. Okay. So, again, it could be something collective. I mean, we have 50 something people here. So, it could be, again, something we see in society. It could be just the overall energy is feeling emotional and a bit heavy. Um, and all in all, you want to make sure, again, we have that Page of Wands in reverse. So you want to make sure that you're grounding your energy, you're protecting yourself with your white light bubble, you're doing all the things that you know to do in your spiritual practice to help you stay aligned. Okay. Because when she's in reverse again, it's like things are kind of wonky, things can be emotional. Um, really pay attention to your subconscious, because your subconscious mind can really take you down a negative rabbit hole And you don't want to do that, because as soon as you start doing that, you start taking actions that align with that negativity. And then you start bringing more and more of that negativity into your life. Okay. So be aware of your subconscious. Here we have the Ace of Swords. Look at that. We're talking about thoughts. Okay. So whenever we see the Ace of Swords, this is new thoughts and ideas and communication. These are aha moments that I feel like are hiding underneath the surface. And when you pay attention to these energies that we pulled, and you're acknowledging just these minor inconveniences, it's like you're right on track with your thinking. Does that make sense? Nothing major that I can see offhand. We do have the new moon in Sagittarius coming up on Saturday. Okay. When think about Sagittarius, if we have the high priestess in reverse, and she's kind of like, she's getting closer to this new moon, Sagittarius, whenever it's not connected, it is all over the place. Okay. It has to feel free. It wants to expand. It wants to be connected to its spirituality. But in its shadow self, it's all about the ego, right? It is destructive. Think about the Page of Wands in reverse that we're talking about here. Fire sign in reverse, all over the place. Okay. So here with the Ace of Swords, we have this clear thinking. Look, behind it, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, what the? We have the Ace of Cups. Three aces. You saw me shuffle this deck. I shuffle this deck all the time. There's no reason these three aces should be together except for this message. Okay. And look, we have the moon phases right there. Okay. So we have so much newness happening in 2026. Again, we're getting so many messages to prepare us for this energy. And again, it's one of those energies where it's like fortune favors the bold. Whoever is courageous enough to step forward and to leap into this new energy, it's all about your spiritual connection and awareness. I mean, there's so much happening in 2026, and we have, like I said, all this fresh new energy that is waiting for you, but it's not going to fall into your lap. You have to actually take action. Okay. And this isn't just about you. This isn't selfish action. This is action that is going to help the collective, help people around you, and then more and more people. Okay. The sun in Sagittarius is squaring off to Saturn in Pisces. That could be what it is. Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Because Saturn, think about Saturn and Pisces. There's not really complementary type of energies, right? Saturn is the rule maker. It is the timekeeper. It is like you need to do what is necessary. And Pisces is like, yeah, but I want to go over here and just escape, you know. But Pisces is also, it rules the house of endings. It rules the house of your spiritual connection, psychic connection. I mean, there's so much that Pisces can tap into, but when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, Saturn will kick you in the butt. Yeah, I like that. Like trying to keep water in a cardboard box. I love that. That's a great analogy. So think about it. Yeah, think about it that way. Saturn wants the best for you, but Saturn will also, like I said, kick you in the butt, because this is what is going to be best for you. And you need to actually do it in order for you to receive these blessings and these opportunities, and the alignment that you're looking for, right? So you got to really find ways. I'm going to make a podcast on this theme, because I think it was Molly that asked me this about how do you balance your spiritual life and your human regular life. And I am going to talk about that, probably in episode 4, because I do have episode 3 that I need to record. That's going to be all about how to spot, fake practitioners and things like that, just so you can go back to it and refer to it. But anywho, going back to the energy that we're gearing up to, I mean, you guys, we only have like 2 weeks left of this month, of this year. What are you doing to set yourself up for success? I know you hear me harping on this every time, but I'm not going to give up, because I'm holding space for you, and I'm going to keep ingraining it into your brain that you need to do what is necessary to set yourself up for success in 2026, because we have this collective 10-1 year, especially if you are a life path 1, or if you're a life path 8, maybe 5 and 3, those kind of, but 1s and 8s, holy cow, be prepared for opportunities. Be prepared for so much to happen in 2026. Okay. Especially if your personal year is matching up with the collective year, or if you're in a personal year 8 or 5. So let's think about it this way. If you're in a personal year 5, this is like new travel opportunities, like expect the unexpected. All of these things are like aligning for you. And it's like things are massively going to change for you. If you're personal year 1, then new, like planting seeds on steroids. If you're personal year 8, this is about you and your career and your finances and your personal power. So you're a 3, nice. This is creativity on steroids and expression. Just be careful that whatever you begin in 2026 is something that is going to bring you longevity or long-term results, or that you can stay in, because the 3 energy can also be I don't want to say flaky. It can be like, yeah, I'm going to start this, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm over it. I don't want to do that anymore. How do I know my personal year? So you take your month and your day, and then 2026, you add them all together, and that tells you your personal year. Okay, so let's get some oracle cards. Been dealing with germs and my kiddo not feeling good the past 3 days. Yeah, definitely take a nap. always focus on your rest. For sure. That is one thing that I still have to work on, is allowing myself to rest. That's so you. There you go, Jennifer. No, month, day, and 2026. That's how you find your personal year. If you're looking for your life path number, that's going to be month, day, and year that you were born. There are people spreading so much misinformation about numerology on social media, and it's infuriating. You know, one of the things that I kind of struggle with is I don't want my social media to seem negative, because I'm constantly calling things out and reminding people, no, this is not accurate, da, 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 da. But it is my job, it's literally in my blueprint, to to show people the reality, to to reveal things that are not true. Okay. So for example, there's somebody going around social media saying that if you live in like a 9 house, your your numbered address, if you live in a 9 house, it's a cursed house. That's bullshit. That's not true, you know? And they're like, well, you're just going to have to move. No, you don't, you know? And then there's people that say that the day that you were born. So let's say I was born on August 10th. So they were saying like the 10, that's your life path number. That is not your life path number. So much misinformation. So please make sure that you know who you're following and you're listening to, and make sure you research stuff. Please don't take it blindly. Okay. Oh, thank you, Dawn. She said, we show up here because you're true and honest. What is the meaning of 1? 1 is independence. It is the number of, like, if you're in a business, it's a great number for entrepreneurship. It is leadership. It's planting the seeds. It is creation. It's action. It's masculine energy. All right. What else do we need to know this week? There we go. Speaking of action, number 17. Okay. I'm going to read this to you because it's a great card. I catch myself correcting the poster, but calming some of the commenters freaking. Yeah, I know. See, yes, like Aries. I I have to really refrain from commenting on their posts, because I'm not looking to get into a fight with somebody. I I'm looking more to educate people, and I would love to be able to go through the comments and be like, stop worrying, they're fear mongering, this and this and that. But it would be such a shit show, right? And so what I do, that's why I make the videos on my page, to educate people. And it's just, yeah. Okay. Energizing effort, willingness to work. This card tells you that now is a time for more aggressive forward movement. The galloping horses represent intentional and concerted action directed towards your goals. See, same thing we've been talking about. This card upright indicates that you are on the right track, but your determined efforts must increase. The white horse is inner action of spirit and thought. The black is the outer work that still needs to be done. So continue taking action and trust your intuition. In time, you'll break through and see the results you've been working on. You've been working so hard to create. Hmm, that goes beautifully with our blessing, which is the blessing of the Seelie. It's like whatever you're doing and whatever you're putting out there, you will see results throughout this week. But this isn't just about planting the seeds for this week. This is about planting the seeds for this entire new year. We are going through a whole new 9-year cycle. Okay. This is not something to dismiss or play around. And I'm not fear mongering. I'm trying to express to you the opportunities that are going to be available to you in 2026, but you have to know what you're doing and you have to take consistent action. Okay. What am I missing? So you do 9 plus 2 plus 7 plus 1. Hmm. Let's see. If I add it to 22, you keep the 22 because 22 is a master number. You keep 11. 11 is a master number. 11, 22, and 33, you keep them as is. You do not reduce them down to one digit. She said, sweet, I have the power in the Darth Vader voice. I love it. Well, 22 is the master builder. So you definitely need to focus on what you're building within your life and how it's happening through your relationships. So it's going to be a very pivotal year for you, like a very important year for you to partner up with the right people to build that solid foundation for yourself. So, very much so, pay attention to that because you're going to have people that come into your life because we're in a collective 10-1 year. You're going to have new opportunities, new people to partner up with. And it's all about you building that solid foundation because it's the master builder. So, there you go. And really pay attention to your intuition for sure because it's going to be high and make sure you're regulating your nervous system as well. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we need to know. We have commitment. In reverse. Okay. So this is number 36. Why is it in reverse? I don't know if I've ever pulled that card out of this deck. Let's find out. It's been a minute. Some cards I don't see for quite some time. So I forget if I pulled them or not, even though I use these all the time in personal readings and everything. You may be walking into a commitment or a contract you will later regret. This isn't a good time to sign agreements or make any choice that would tie you up for a long period. If you're in a relationship, you may not receive the commitment you desire. Don't despair, for something much better awaits you. Now is the time for agreements to be broken. Remember that rejection is God's protection. What hurts you now leads to wisdom later. So that goes really well with the 9 year that we're experiencing right here, right now, and the Page of Wands in reverse. Again, there's that disruptive energy. Something is trying to get you to move. Okay. So you don't want to make any commitments or decisions or agreements on things that are not aligned with you. Are not meant to stick around for the duration. Also, it wants to ask you, where do your commitments lie? Are you committed to yourself? Are you committed to your journey? Are you committed to this next 9-year cycle? Okay. Thank you, Jamie. It's still, I mean, I've been doing this, you guys, I've been doing this for years, and it still blows my mind that people jump into the live and ask their question like they're getting a reading. It's so odd to me. I would never do that. I don't get it. I'll be in a 5-year. I love the number 5, but I'm woefully inadequate in numerology. Well, a 5 is all about expect the unexpected. It's pivotal moments, it's movement, it's travel. So you can get so many different opportunities to completely change things around in your life. As long as you are moving through that through that intention, through the alignment, and staying balanced in your spiritual self. If you aren't paying attention, if you're making unconscious decisions or movements and all of that, then it's going to be chaos for you. Okay. Advice for life path number 33. It's all about you really healing yourself and your lineage through being able to express yourself freely, being able to stand in your authenticity, and being in, like, you're healing things deeper than, somebody having just a normal life path 3. Okay. So that's 3 doubled. And we call 3 the master healer, because when we bring it together, it is a very strong 6. 6 is about family and harmony and love and healing and nurturing. So you take all of those numbers together and you see that you are learning how to express yourself fully. You're understanding how things manifest and understanding how it is really important to change the dynamics in your lineage. All right, let's see. Nope, gotta keep going. It didn't split properly. I don't feel like that was right. It makes perfect sense. There you go. See? For those of you asking all the numerology questions and whatnot, I love answering them. I can't answer every single one of them. We'd be here for hours. If you want to learn to be a numerologist, get into the inner circle. Okay. This is where we start January 6th. I'm taking you through beginner tarot all the way through intermediate and advanced. And then we get into numerology. So by the end of the year in 2026, you're going to have 3 accredited credentials. Okay. Not just a little cute little certification and certificate. I try to put those 2 together, but you are going to have 3 credentials. They are accredited. That holds a lot more weight than a typical certificate. Okay. We're going to spend the entire year together, and you will know this stuff, and you will start to master your craft, and then you build your career off of that if that's what you want to do. Okay. So get into the inner circle. I have a few spots left. Like I said, we start January 6th, so time is a ticking. All right. What else do we need to know this week? Ooh, look at that. Real promise. I'm gonna read both of them to you. Okay. Real promise. Release the chains of the past and dance to the rhythm of possibility. Free to move. Embrace your liberty to explore new paths. The world is wide open for your journey. That's exactly what this 10-1 year is talking about. Okay. And you've got 2 weeks to kind of get your shit together and figure out, am I going to take this leap of faith? Am I going to really do the things that I know I need to do and start investing in my spirituality, finding that nice balance through my everyday life and my spirituality? Like, what am I being called to now? How can I reinvent myself and step into this spiritual evolution? Okay. You're getting that freedom to do so. So don't screw it up. Let's do this one too. Whoop, they're flying out of the box. Isn't that cute? I've never pulled that one, but isn't that cute? Shield of crystals. A 1 on a 10-year. What are you asking? Are you saying you have a personal year 1? So the people that have personal 10-1 years are in perfect sync and alignment with this collective energy. Yes. Okay. So yeah. So I'm a 10-1 as well in my personal year. So I'm like, buckling my seatbelt because this next year is going to take me on a wild ride. And I'm so excited because I will be launching something pretty incredible early, early summer, mid spring time. Golly, I have so much going on up here. Um, and so if you are in a 10-1 personal year, get ready. Okay. Because new beginnings, new opportunities, reinvention on steroids. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's see. What else do we need to know this week? We have, oh, look at that. Hope jar. Isn't that cute? I love this deck. It is number 7. Hope jar. I am full of hope and I take action. Says it on the card. The cards know. 7 is a spiritually aligned number. Okay. So it's talking about, you already know the answer. You might not know how to do it, but you know the answer. And the how needs to come from somebody who is doing the thing. So if you want a new career, then what do? You go to the person or the people that are doing that career and you learn from them. If you want to get into a relationship, well, you got to put yourself out there. You got to heal what's going on within first and then put yourself out there. I mean, there's so much. You know the answer. You don't have to know every single how. You just need to know who to go talk to or who to learn from or all those things. And understand, like we talked about last week, understand that the entire trajectory is not going to reveal itself to you. It doesn't, because it changes all the time with your decisions, right? So you step out on this pathway and it's like, okay, this is where you are right now. This is your alignment. This is where you're going, and then you come to a crossroads and you make a decision there, and it's like, okay, well, here's where you're going to go now. And then you come up to a crossroads, you make a decision there. Oh, here's where you're going to go now. Does that make sense? It depends on your decisions and your alignment. This is why it's so important to stay tapped in, because if you're making decisions based on the ego, based on impulse, then it's kind of like you have to circle back around and start over, or you have to go through like an even tougher lesson for you to finally get it. That's how it works. It's like a very difficult school, but you're in charge here. Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, like the branches of a tree. Yep. What else do we need to know? I'm ready for incredible. Past 16, 17 years have been rough. Yeah, I mean, that's all part of the evolution. Like, we had to be kicked in the ass in order for us to finally wake up and do something different now. And when we're moving into this new 9-year cycle, for sure, and the planetary movements that are happening, this is it. I mean, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I mean, this is revolutionary and evolutionary type of energy. So don't let it just pass. So you have life path 1 and personal year 3. Nice. So you are all about expression, creativity, and bringing things into your life. Really stepping into your authenticity. You can attest to that too? Nice. It has a, oh my God. Can y'all see what that says? I know it's backwards. Action, 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 action. And when we have that page of page of wands in reverse, the page of wands can be afraid to take action because they don't know every single thing. But you have to understand, you're not going to know every single thing. If you wait until you think you know every single thing, then you have another lesson come up to show you that no, you don't. So, the year of the fire horse, it's not even just the year of the horse, it's the fire horse. So it's like, yeah, everything is just lit up. And in Chinese astrology, the horse or the fire horse, it's all about the community, the collective. So it's like we're all like running together in this direction. And when we have the planetary movements happening that are for the collective as well, it's like we are hauling ass on steroids in our spiritual selves and experiencing like a whole new timeline, you can say. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like trying to beat it into y'all's brains that this is big. This is evolutionary, revolutionary. This is like your life will not look the same over the next 9 years if you understand how to work with this energy and if you consciously do it. You can't just let shit happen. You have to be a conscious co creator in your life. I'm so freaking excited because, like I said, I'm launching something new and I'm streamlining things, and it is going to be my legacy. So, those of you that are in my tribe, those of you that are in my inner circle, Quantum Master Academy, and those of you that are going to be in the next opportunity, I mean, we are building something incredible together. And I'm so glad and I'm so honored that you are coming on this journey with not just with me, but I get to be on your journey with you. You know, I get to show you exactly what you're capable of and what the universe is capable of. So, yes, I'm so freaking excited. Yes, Heather's the fire horse. Yep. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, which is where it moved today. Oh, I'm so excited for that. Yeah, focused and intentional action. Yeah, I think of Capricorn. Capricorn is the goat. It goes all the way up the mountain to get to the horn of plenty, the cornucopia. So that's like telling you, like, hey, take action, start climbing that mountain, but be strategic. Because think about that. The goats, they can stand on a ledge, this small because they're intentional about it. They know what they're capable of and they do it. And then they get to that horn of plenty. Can't wait. I have every intention of being that co-creator. Life-changing moves have to happen. Yes, and they will, Molly, for sure for you. I don't worry about you. You're a Capricorn. Nice. Let's see what our spirit animal is. Ooh, look at that. Tiger. Fire. What is fire? It's creation or destruction. It is action. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Oof. Okay. I told y'all my cards know. They know what we're talking about. They know the message from the universe and they lay it out on the table for us, right? And it's telling you everything that you need to know. I choose to be unstoppable. It's not that you're waiting for permission. It's not you're waiting for somebody to come save you or you're waiting for, the gates of heaven to open. Like, no, I choose to be unstoppable. That's where your power is. My passion is my power. Again, what you know to be true about yourself, your goals and your aspirations, that is your power. Okay. Years ago, I had a handful of people trying to pull me down, pull me away from my mission, my purpose in this life, and I wouldn't let them. And look, it paid off big time. Okay? I am bold, I am brave. Like I said, fortune favors the bold. And this fire horse energy that comes, it's February 17th, I believe. This fire horse energy is all about having the courage to move forward, to do something that really aids in your own life, but in the collective as well. Okay. Mighty forces come to my aid. Yes. Whatever it is that you need on this path, you will have it. But you can't sit there and say, oh, I never get this, or I don't have enough money, and blah, 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 blah. Like you can't say that because then you're denying that. And the universe says, okay. So there you go. How about that? Okay. Let's see what the Kipper deck wants to say. That's exactly where you're headed. Nice. All right. What else do we need to know this week? So much about taking action, but you're going to have to deal with that Page of Wands in reverse, where it's kind of like ADHD, like, oh, well, this is calling me over here, or oh, this and this and this, or oh, I'm just exhausted, and all this scattered energy. And it's like if you would just sit down and focus, then you would have a plan. You would have a plan of action. You would see things clearly. Okay. I say when I get money, so I don't sound so negative. I wouldn't even say that either. I would say when the timing is right, the opportunity will present itself and I will have everything that I need. Because when you're saying when I get money, you're always living in this longing. You're affirming that it's not here, it never will be here, it's always over here. So I always say the opportunity when the time is right is going to present itself, and I will have every single thing that I need to allow this to happen. Because you're affirming, you're standing in power of it is available to me right now, and the timing and alignment is happening, and I'm conscious of that. So yeah, that's a continuous working for you all over the place thing. Yeah, I mean, look, it happens to us all. Everything is always working out for me. That is my mantra. Good, Dawn. That's perfect. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know for this week? Look at that. False person, number 8. So again, it could be on today or Thursday where you're coming across somebody that is like taking you off of your path. It is a distraction. But also think about how you are being this false person, right? Because 8 is all about personal power. If you are pretending to be somebody else, you are giving your power away. That is not your personal power. Your authenticity is your personal power. And if you're like if you're changing yourself so someone else will stay in your life, or so someone else will see you and accept you, then again, you're giving your power away. Stop doing that. It does not help you. Okay. If you want opportunities, if you want alignment, if you want money and healing and all that, you must be in your own authentic vibration. That's when you know things that are coming for you or to you are real. Let's get our money message right quick. Let's see. What is our money message for this week? What is our money message for this week? Look at that. Here we have caution. Where are you spending your money? Let's see. There's 3 ways to resonate. Use caution when making financial decisions. Yes, do not just react. Invest in yourself, not your ego. There's it's so easy to invest in our egos with, hang on, I gotta verify myself. Whoops, didn't do it right. So again, it's so easy to invest in your ego because we have things like TikTok Shop, we have Amazon, we have everything at our fingertips, and it gives us that dopamine hit. Okay. I've told y'all I love to shop, and I had to really rein that in because I realized that there were other things that I could be investing in, but I had spent it on clothes and housewares and whatever, right? Because I was feeding my ego. I was feeding that, it'll be, I'll be this when I have this, and it doesn't work. Okay. So invest in yourself and your journey, whatever that looks like for you, and stop investing in the ego because the ego takes you nowhere. Okay. Number 2, careful not to overspend on wants instead of needs. Remember how I said when you're Christmas shopping, you don't need to buy 500 things, you don't need to spend so much money on stuff that people are not even going to remember or they're not even going to use, right? You can make stuff. You can have an experience instead of buying a physical gift. I mean, there's so many different ways that we can give, right? Number 3, more going out than coming in. Yeah, just watch your spending. Okay. Again, money, you can find money anywhere. But if you're irresponsible with money, then it that funnel of money just gets slower and lower and lower. Okay? Because you're showing the universe, I'm not good with this. I don't like money because I keep pushing it out. And so the universe is like, okay, well, we'll just stop sending you because you don't like it. I'm all about personal gifts from the heart. Yeah. Girl, me too. I've actually started offloading items that I thought I was going to do, but didn't. Nice. Good. All right. Let's see. Let's see. One of the things that you can do is if you come across something on TikTok or Amazon that you like, put it in your cart and let it sit there for a bit. Because again, you have that adrenaline, you have that um, emotional response to that thing. But if you leave it in your cart for a while, maybe a day, two, a week, day or two, or a week, the emotions calm down and you're able to ask yourself, do I really need this? Is this investing in my journey or am I feeding my ego? I had a friend who asked for advice on a relationship where she is tied to someone who isn't financially responsible. What would you tell them? No, run, because they will make your life a living hell. They need to fix their financial issues. Everybody needs to fix their financial issues before they get into a relationship. Because especially if it's and this is psychology, this is not judgment, okay? Let me make that clear. If it's a man who is not financially responsible, that really bothers him deep down inside. And he will self sabotage and then he will sabotage that relationship because he doesn't feel good enough to have money. He can't keep a hold of money. And that's tied to his self worth. So be very careful if you are dating someone, especially a man who does not make much money, is not financially responsible, whatever, because it does mess with their psyche. That's psychology. Again, not judgment, not made up. It's real. Okay. Oh my God, it's funny you say that. It's exactly what I started doing, dropping it in the cart to sit. Yeah, that's similar to what you said. Good, good. All right, let's see. Let's see. What's our crystal for this week? Ooh, look how pretty. We have opal. Really pretty. It says intuition, imagination, transformation. Opal sparkles with the magic of possibilities, reflecting your inner beauty and encouraging you to embrace your true self. It's almost like I was just talking about that. Allow its iridescent energy to enhance your creativity and bring emotional healing as you navigate the ever changing flow of life. Opal is so pretty, right? So if you do have an opal, then it's great for you to wear it this week. If you don't, you can go to a metaphysics shop like Denise's and Drazak Den and get your opal. Or if you have this card, you can use this card as a representation of the opal energy and you can set it on your nightstand, your desk, wherever you're going to see it to help boost that energy for you. Okay. If you don't have this deck, I highly recommend you get this deck. It's a beautiful deck created by my student, Miss Denise. And you can't find it on Amazon or anything like that. So I've linked it for you. TikTok, it's linked in my bio. YouTube, it's linked down in the description. You'll love this deck. When I first got the deck, it immediately connected to my readings. All right. Same. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Whoops. That's funny. I'm going to read this to you. This might be our message for today. I think we're going to do two because that one did slide out, and I'm not sure if I made that happen or if it was meant to happen, but I do like the message. Okay. It says, you are the best thing to ever happen to you. Go easy on your ass. Buy your own damn drink. So, what that's saying is, you are the one that you're going to spend your entire life with. You're the only person you're going to spend your entire life with. Okay. So, go easy on yourself and get yourself into that position to where you can do things for yourself, to where you can afford things for yourself because you are investing in yourself, not your ego. Okay. Does that make sense? Let's pull one more. I was going to say my typical warning for this deck. If you get your feelings hurt easily, or you don't like people being direct with you, then this is a time for you to scroll away, because this deck will call you out and it may hurt your feelings sometimes. Okay. Wow. They're just like sliding out. It says you are going through some tough shit. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. All right, then. Smack you on the face, right? Look, we all go through hard times. Okay. This past year, especially, was not easy for the majority of people because we were in a 9 year. 9 is not easy because it's things are coming to fruition, things are coming to light. We are closing up a 9 year cycle and getting ready for this massively energetically charged new 9 year cycle, right? So it wasn't easy for anybody. So it's telling you it's okay. Everybody goes through ups and downs. Pull yourself back together and handle your shit. Okay. Period. You like the other one better? I feel like it was kind of like easing you into that one. So, yeah. All right, my dears. Like I said, we have 2 more weeks left in December. This is your decision time. And I have a few more spots left for the Power Challenge, and I have a few more spots left for the Inner Circle. The Power Challenge is where we spend 7 weeks together to go through the discovery of you and how to set boundaries, how to break through money blocks. And really, it's like you on steroids. Okay. So that begins January 14th, but when the class is full, it's full. Okay. There is a self paced option that will close on January 14th as well. The Inner Circle, we begin January 6th. This is where I take you from beginner tarot reader to intermediate to mastery, and then numerology. So you will have those 3 accredited credentials so you can start your new life and start your new career and have these tools to use, maybe for personal use, or if you want to open your own business, that's what you can do, because the accredited credentials hold so much more weight. Like, let's say like you want to do parties, like events, you want to do corporate consultations, whatever it may be, you can do that because you're accredited and you can get insurance, and you're more legit in the realm of things. Okay. Yeah, the rebel deck's not for the tenderhearted. No joke. Yeah. So make sure you get into those. There are payment options for all of them, but it's up to you. I cannot drag you there. You have to take the action. Okay. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. I will be back here Friday morning, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will talk about the weekend. We will pull more cards. We will discuss everything. And remember what's hiding underneath here, these 3 aces. That's for a reason. Okay. Opportunity, opportunity, opportunities are hiding underneath the surface. You just have to navigate through the week through your power. And we have this blessing, which is also number 1 of the Sealy. It's like whatever you're putting out, you are getting back this week. Okay. So have a wonderful week. I'll see you Friday morning. Love you all.